Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto afternoon edition. This is where we take the latest news and find out what's making the headlines in the crypto world. We'll also be looking at the Bitcoin chart, what's happening with Bitcoin, where's it going to go. Looking at the altcoin chart as well, where are the altcoins going to go? And looking at news stories that are really making the headlines. First, before we start, if you want to join the premium group is going to be reopening at the end of July for 1 week only. So I'm going to be opening it up and closing it down for 1 week only, every 6 months or every year, just to keep it flowing. So that will be happening at the end of July. So there's a link down below to sign up for the waiting list, and you can sign up to the Telegram group as well, which is free, and you'll get a discount when you kind of get access through the Telegram group as well. So make sure you do that before you kind of do anything. And remember, hit those like buttons as well. That really does help the channel. Okay, jumping into the markets just now. What's happening? The markets just now. Going on to CoinMarketCap, we've got an overall market capitalization of $328 billion. And we've got Bitcoin dominance going up again, 62.3%. Bitcoin did fall earlier on over the last 24 hours, but has come back up again. 11,223 aggregated price it is at the moment. Who's the winners and losers? We've got Dogecoin is up 32%. On its listing on Binance as well, which is fantastic to hear. Next is up 20%. Komodo, Crypto.com is up as well. And that's CRO, not the chain itself. Quant is going up. Solve, Walton Chain, Ren, Dent, Tezos, all up as well. So we've got around 20% in the green and 80% in the red. Bitcoin down 12.59%, and that's the only one in double-digit reds just now. So that's the market just now. Bitcoin, we'll look at the price just now. We'll just zoom in. This is on the 2-hour chart. And it looks as if we're going higher again. We did come all the way down. We'll just go to the daily chart actually. Well, we'll go to the hourly. So we did from around 9 p.m. BST last night. Down within a space of about 12 hours. It fell by about $1,200. $1,200. So that's quite amazing, or $1,100 it was, but it's come back up since. It's jumped up, say about 5% over the last few hours, and we're currently sitting at 11,226. Where can we expect to go from here? I still think there's momentum with Bitcoin just now, and I still think it's going to go up. And we're going to see that push up towards the 20,000 I've been talking about for a while. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the 1st of July. It wasn't the momentum was going to take it up to there, but not any longer. So by the end of July, I still think we're going to be close to 20,000, maybe not 20,000, but I still think we're going to be getting close to that 20,000 range. And I think the momentum is going to get higher, which means, unfortunately, altcoins are going to suffer as a result of that as well. So just keep an eye on what's happening with Bitcoin. And before you start trading alts, so before you kind of keep trading alts, and keep an eye on the crossovers, especially once you've got the crossover. On the hourly, you've got one on the 2nd of July, 10,600, came down 11,474. It looks as if it's going to cross back up over. So when it crosses over at the 7 and the 50, then that's when to kind of get back into BT or BTC and get out of the alts if you're trading. If you're long-term holding alts, that's a different story. It depends what alts you've got. So it could be time to accumulate more, the likes of XRP, etc. as well. So keep a close eye on Bitcoin. So whenever you're trading the alts, go to the Bitcoin price first, look at the chart for Bitcoin, and then do your trading of the alts. Obviously, that's very volatile just now, but have a look anyway. So that is Bitcoin just now. Okay, we'll have a look at Binance. What's making the tops on Binance just now? We have Komodo is up 26%. Key is up 16%. C&D syndicator, that's not moved for a while. That's up 14%. Ren, Vibe, Storm, CDT, Fetch, AI, BTT is up. MFT is up as well. So we've got some movement. We've only got one or two pages. One page that's in the red. BTC value. So they are there. The alts are coming in by a few percentage points, are coming back up again. But I do expect that to have a downturn and that to be flipped. So we'll have one page in the green and probably all the rest in the red as kind of Bitcoin price moves up again. So we need to wait and see what happens there. But that's what's happening on Binance just now. Elrond has just came out. So Elrond is 54, so I was saying to some members in the premium group, don't touch it just now for a couple of weeks, or at least a week, just to see where it is. And if you're going to trade it on, let's say, 5 minutes or the 15 minutes, and just wait on the crossover again. Just wait on that crossover. It's not, the convergence there is getting bigger, it's getting stronger, so it looks as if it's still wanting to go down just now. So if anybody's looking to jump into that, don't FOMO in on this. There's loads of other opportunities to get in and make a safer, higher risk reward ratio for your trading as well. That was just one look at Elrond there. Okay, what's making headlines? Dogecoin has finally been listed on Binance Exchange. And it says here, this is in decrypt.co, there's so much wow. So fans of Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency that started off as a joke, now include Vitalik Buterin, Elon Musk and Binance CEO CZ. So I think CZ is just getting in on the act for this as well. So it's been listed. I don't know if there's anything behind this, to be honest. And I don't think it's part of a joke as well. Vitalik obviously says he's very pro Dogecoin. And obviously we know about Elon Musk saying he was the CEO and stuff like that as well, as kind of jokingly as well, and he said he liked it as well. And I don't know if CZ is jumping on that bandwagon, or is there something underneath this? Is something going on with Dogecoin that is being listed on Binance for that reason? Could be, I don't know, or it could just be they've just decided to list it because of the community pressure to list it on Binance as well. So CZ had actually said this one is an exception as there isn't much new tech development. I guess it never was about the tech for this one. The users community is large and a famous ex-CEO cough, Elon Musk, helps. So is there something behind this? Is there something behind Dogecoin? If you look at Dogecoin just now and where it is, obviously it's in the top 100, ranked 27 just now, 488 million market capitalization. Could it go higher than that? I don't know. It's obviously been as high as nearly 2 billion, I think it was. We'll just go back to see what it was. Just to get the real. Yeah, it's nearly 2 billion, touching on 2 billion. Market capitalization is way down on that. Well, it's not way down, it's only 4x off that. So is there something underlying going on in Dogecoin that these people know about? Or is it simply they've just taken a shine to it because it was a joke coin at first? Anyway, that's Dogecoin being listed. Chinese Ponzi scheme victims accuse Justin Sun of complicity through silence. So the Tron CEO was slammed for misleading investors after he failed to disassociate his platform from a scam that has cost him at least 30 million people. So this is a scam that was going on in China that involved kind of Tron and BTC. So Chinese victims of a $1 billion Ponzi scheme that defrauded hundreds of thousands are paying for the blood of Tron CEO Justin Sun, China's crypto news site Nuclear Finance reported today. So Tron is known by the name Wavefield in China, but Ponzi-like Wavefield super community scheme also traded on that name and claimed associations with the popular platform to draw in thousands of investors. Now, somebody's unfortunately committed suicide over this as well because they put so much money into it and lost so much money because of it as well. I don't see this as a fault of Justin Sun. I don't see that. Obviously, as soon as he became aware of this, he should have said at the time as well on a tweet or something like that, something as simple as a tweet, we've nothing to do with this company. But I don't see it as specifically Justin Sun's fault for this. There's going to be loads of people, there's going to be loads of scammers out there that claim associations with Bitcoin. We're seeing it on Facebook as well. We heard kind of Martin Lewis as well. He was being associated with Bitcoin investment as well. But that was a scam. But he did come out and say straight away, I'm nothing to do with this. And I think Justin Sun, even one tweet could have done, but I don't see it's his fault. And I don't see why they're paying for his blood. He should have disassociated, but at the same time, you've got to put your big boy pants on, do your own research into this. So they've been defrauded, and unfortunately somebody has taken their own life because of it, which is unfortunate. But I don't wholly see it as Justin Sun's fault. 39,000 more merchants can accept Litecoin with Flexa integration. So New York-based blockchain payment startup Flexa has added Litecoin as the 5th crypto accepted by merchants on its payment network, the company officially announced on July the 3rd. Following the listing, Litecoin is now accepted as payment at more than 39,250 locations, as Flexa tweeted yesterday. Now, Flexa could be a good investment. It's getting more and more attention, it's making the headlines, but it's not moving that much, Flexa. It's not moving that much at the moment. So it has been as high as 105 Satoshi. It is 49 Satoshi just now. Now, I don't know the actual market cap of this. So I'd have to go to the chat and find out the market cap, the circulation, and find out what it's going to be. Open Telegram. There's only 1,650 members. So what we do is we go to circulating supply. It'll probably be in the white paper as well. 90 million market cap and 16 billion circulating supply. So 16 billion. So we'll just take a look at that. So with times 16 billion, they've got 100 billion total supply. So 16% of the total supply. 16, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, star this. So it's got a market cap of 88 million just now. So 88 million puts it at, we're in the top 100 certainly, but we're about around about 91. So put in 91 position. It's making a lot of headlines is all I'm saying, so it might be worth looking into. 88 million there for the market capitalization, so it could be worth looking into. Major Chinese financial news provider quietly adds crypto index. So Sina Finance, a finance-focused website owned by China's major tech company Singapore, has added crypto index into its mobile app. China-focused online Twitter resource CNN Ledger reported on July the 3rd. The new index on China's major financial news channel provides data on prices and performance of major cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP and Ether, according to a mobile app screenshot provided by CNN Ledger. So this is not big news in and of itself, but it shows it's getting more and more accepted, especially in China. It's a big deal because it's a major news kind of corporation. It just sees it's being more and more accepted into the mainstream. This is news that Bitcoin price will hit $100,000 by the end of 2021, says Anthony Pompliano. I think he's being conservative there, but he does say Anthony Pompliano is 75% confident that by the end of 2021, Bitcoin will be traded at least $100,000 price level. Nevertheless, according to him, this way will be full of ups and downs. Obviously, we know that. We've seen that as well. There's full of ups and downs just now. But essentially, he's talking about a 9x return on Bitcoin. Now, I've been thinking more and more about kind of Bitcoin, the altcoins. Well, altcoins are going to disappear because the altcoin purge is happening just now. Whether we like it or not, the altcoin purge is happening. And I think more and more I'm starting to think I should be more heavily into Bitcoin as an investment for the future. And that's the way we should all be. I think we should be maybe 50, 60% in Bitcoin. And I trade to get more Bitcoin. That's kind of what I'm doing just now. And that's what I teach others to do as well. And it's really to get more Bitcoin. So we should be thinking about that. We should be thinking about this kind of 9x. If we were to say and think about our pensions, for example, and we were to use Bitcoin as part of our pension pot as well, and we're thinking, okay, it could go up to $100,000 by the end, if we really believe it, by the end of 2021, and not that we're going to retire then, but that's a 9x in 2021, by the end of 2021. By the end of 2025, where's it going to be? Is it going to be $1 million? Is it going to be $500,000 for Bitcoin? Is it going to be that one Satoshi is going to equal 1 cent? Is it going to be $100 million? Could it be $100 million for Bitcoin? In that case, if we believe that it's going to go that high, we should be topping up on more on Bitcoin and trading for Bitcoin. If we do indeed want to trade, you could just trade kind of Bitcoin if you wanted to, but it's going to be easy-ish to trade, or easier to trade maybe the alts as well to get more Bitcoin, or you can just top up and dollar cost average in on Bitcoin all the time. And even if you got 0.01 of a Bitcoin or 0.001, you're still saving up the Bitcoin, and it's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. So just thinking about that, where everybody kind of tends to agree where it's going to be by the end of 2021 or end of 2025, we kind of can say safely that at least it's going to 9x by at least 2025, if not before. So if you're saying, okay, a 900% return, you would start putting as much money as possible into Bitcoin just now as you can. I'm not saying remortgage your house and put it into Bitcoin. I'm not saying do anything silly like that, because that is kind of silly, but it could be just worth saving up as much money as possible without worrying about the price. Just kind of save it and store it as well. Now, Crypto.com have came out as well. Check out a new product roadmap. MCO Visa Cards will start shipping in the US, while Crypto.com powers up the Crypto.com app with their new product, buying power. More info here, so it gives more info. I've said I'm very bullish on MCO just now, and I really am still bullish on it, but this is kind of big news that's been glossed over. MCO BTC. And where it's at, this is a daily. And we'll go to MCO. Again, this is another investment idea, but don't take it as financial advice. I just think Crypto.com and MCO are going to be extremely, extremely big and well worth. I think it's going to be one of those ones that's not going to disappear. I've been talking about the altcoin purge. Crypto.com is going to be one of the ones that stay. And if we think about it, if we've got 2,318 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap just now, if only half of those disappear, a lot of the money that was in the previous kind of other half, they're going to disappear, are going to go into the other half of the alts that are going to stay. If it's only half, I think it's going to be much more than that, to be honest. And obviously MCO is going to be seen as a quality project. They're doing more and more all the time. They're a bit slow, but they're coming out with the US cards now, which is fantastic. And I see this going up more and more and more. And I think this is a brilliant price for MCO as well. I'm not invested. I keep talking about it and I should get invested. I've just not got as much money as I want just now. But I just think it's a fantastic opportunity to make money. And this, I think, is a 10xer. As well. If we think about kind of Bitcoin being a 9xer, I think Crypto.com by the end of 2021 is going to be a major player, and even this 10x's just now, just for the fact that Bitcoin is going to 10x, then we've got another 10xer from there as well. So it could be a 100xer from here from Crypto.com, but that's my kind of opinion. And as I said, I'm not invested, so it's not biased opinion, but I do think it's going to go up. But do your own research, please. This is from Rhythm Traders, a couple of Rhythm Traders comments here. $124 billion of wealth has been stored on the Bitcoin network and not withdrawn for an entire year. Over 10.5 million Bitcoin hasn't moved in 1 year. That's about 60% of all Bitcoin. So imagine that, 60% of all Bitcoin has not moved in 1 full year. Hodling will turn bank accounts into the landlines of today, non-existent. So it's clear there what it's saying, obviously get more Bitcoin. There's some interesting comments as well. Garrett Lake, how many people die on a regular basis that hodl Bitcoin? In other words, there's going to be less kind of Bitcoin out there because people who die are probably not left a legacy or left a kind of will or something to get how to get the Bitcoin back. So the Bitcoin dies with them. How many Bitcoins will never enter the market again because of lost private keys, etc. Wait till banks start charging a fee for each deposit. Simon Page has written, I agree the basis of this value increase is belief. People believe in what Bitcoin has to offer. Decentralized autonomy, tamper-proof outside the financial system. And Sanam has said easily 3 to 6 million of Bitcoin is simply lost forever. So if it was in the upper echelons of kind of 6 million, that means there'd only be 15 million Bitcoin left in the world ever. There is only ever going to be 15 million Bitcoin because, say, 6 million has been lost. So again, it comes down to supply and demand. Rhythm Trader again, banks take 11 billion every year from people that have the least via fees. Banks fined 243 billion the last 10 years for breaking the law. Banks help launder over $2 trillion every single year. It's about time they had some real competition. Buy Bitcoin, buy banks. I think that's a brilliant sentiment, that. And banks help launder over $2 trillion per year. That's over 10 times more money than the entire Bitcoin network is worth. Why are they so critical of Bitcoin? A public ledger would mean their worst nightmare, accountability. Again, so very true. And Josh Rager's written Bitcoin dominance climbing at 65%. Bitcoin's dominance hasn't been above 70% since July 2017, and see this as a definite area with possible resistance. A majority of altcoins can continue to retest support until Bitcoin dominance drops, which could happen near these levels, so pay attention. That's Josh Rager as well. And when was that? That was the 3rd of July, so that was a couple of days ago. Obviously things have changed since then, and it did get up to near the 65% level and kind of come back down. So that is it for the news today. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you could hit the like button, that would be brilliant. And if you want to join the premium group as well, we're going to be able to get that in crypto as well. If you want to pay in crypto, it's going to be dollars and cryptos. You're going to be able to pay that in. So we'll come out with the price later on. Save the price a couple of times. So it's going to be $697 for the full year, or you can get 10 payments of $79 for the full year, or you can pay in crypto and you'll get a discount if you pay in Bitcoin, Ethereum or XRP with that as well. And I'll announce that later on as well. And if you join the Telegram group, you're going to get a discount off that as well. So it'll be brilliant to see you in there. Sign up below to get on the waiting list and sign up to the free Telegram group as well. It'll be brilliant to see you in there as well. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.